Once again, I turn to Robert Russell in his book, How to Get What You Want When You Find It Within Yourself. Page 56 of this first volume of set of 4, and it really is impactful here. What we're talking about is being a Christian, and these words just really nails things down and helps us to see things in a different light. I'll read it now. Jesus said, "Leave all and follow me." Then the author continues, "There is a vast difference, you see, between being a Christian and following Christ." So I'd like to tackle this. This really has been impactful in my mind's eye as I've dealt with people that have made comments and just life in general. You have many, many people that profess to be Christians, and that's wonderful. Christ was meant to save, but the thing that I really love here is there's a vast difference between professing I am a Christian and following Christ. Yes, it's one thing to say I believe in him, and it's another thing to follow him. So it's one thing to have these scriptures memorized and to know what they all say and to be able to quote and iterate teachings of Jesus, but it's quite another thing to actually live it, to actually do the work. I love how Jesus Christ taught that if you want to know if his doctrine's of him or of his Father, live the doctrine and you shall know. When you live the teachings of Jesus Christ, you come to knowledge and you come to experience the fruits of Jesus Christ, the fruits of peace, love, etc. You stop combating with one another of who's right and who's wrong and whose baptism is right and whose baptism is wrong, and start living what Jesus Christ taught, to love. Love is on which everything hangs. Love of God first and foremost, love of your neighbor as yourself, and on those two things everything else hangs. If we would turn to Christ and follow his teachings, to love one another, to serve one another, to pray for one another, to lift and inspire one another, and to be in general positive, loving, and full of love, the world would change so rapidly. If we would just live the golden rule, for example, to do unto others as we'd have them do unto you, to take the talent you have, to magnify it, and to give and be free with your substance so that others can have what you have. And then the result of all that is you get more. You get more peace, more tranquility, more equanimity, and more life, because you're giving, because you're loving, because you're serving. And I invite you, yes, it is important to be a Christian. Yes, it is important to believe on Jesus Christ. I invite you to take it to the next level and live what he teaches, learn what he teaches, and practice it, demonstrate it, as Robert Russell calls it. Live it, that you can not only experience the fruits thereof, but you can spread that joy to your fellow man. That's what it is. When you have had your eye single to God's glory and it fills you with joy, then you know that joy and you love others by sharing that joy with them. You love them as if it was you. If you didn't have that knowledge, you'd want someone to share it with you. Go do good, be good, and make a difference.